Hello, everybody. It is your baby boomer, Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia, back with another Create and Relate. I was recently asked if I could do a tutorial for the fitted hood. Y'all know me, I don't mind. I don't mind if you want me to do 100 tutorials for it. We can do that. I want everybody to have access to the same experience. So if we do it multiple times, then that's cool. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is a series of videos. This will probably be the longest because I'll be explaining what we're doing along with it. But as of right now, I see that we will probably have 4 or 5 parts to this, which is no problem. And I might record all parts today. I don't know. But yeah, we're going to work on this together. And I can tell you um, that this is me. This is who I am. I'm here to help. I'm here to do whatever I can to make the processes that I'm able to help with better and easier for you. I can tell you that when I do tutorials, mostly, they are of my design. I've not watched any videos. I've not read any patterns. I've not asked anyone else. I may get a stitch from a certain place and work that stitch with a combination of other stitches to make a design that I like. And if it turns out that other people like it or I get a positive review from it, then I'll turn it into a tutorial. Um, I do own patterns. I cannot say y'all, as far as crocheting from patterns, I think I've probably done 3 in my life. Nope. As of last year, it was 5. I did 5. I almost completed a sun bunny, um, and I did a Cooper's blanket, and I did an elephant rug once. Um, my very first Grafghan that I did, I followed a pattern for that, and I did a snowflake blanket. Those are the 5 things that I followed patterns for. Online tutorials or crochet alongs, I have done a few of those. I've done one from Crystal of Back a Day, and I've done a few from Mikey from the Crochet Crowd. Um, I did one from Kiara of Kiara's Crochet. Uh, so yeah, but I make sure, and I did a few from Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches. But I will let you know when I do someone else's design or someone else's pattern. Okay? So, the fitted hood is a hood that I designed that actually fits your head. It's not like most hood where there are gaps. You don't need a drawstring to close it. And usually with the typical hoods, that's what you need. You need either some type of fastener to get it to stay fitted around your face. The reason for it being fitted around your face is so that you don't lose your peripheral view. I operate a scooter. I used to have rear view mirrors. I had cheap rear view mirrors. They lasted me about 3 months. And then one broke and one was no good without the other, so they went bye-bye. So I have to turn my head a lot. And when you're riding along and you have to be in the street because there's no sidewalk, you want to be aware of your surroundings, especially traffic coming up behind you. Lots of times they may not see you. Um, or lots of times there may be, anything could happen. Anything could happen. The first accident I had with my scooter was a guy playing a prank, playing a joke or something, and he was sitting on the bench at the bus stop. And when I got close to him, he jumped in front of me. I swerved to miss him. I ran off the curves, and I fell into the street with oncoming traffic. Another gentleman from the other side of traffic made a U-turn and turned around and helped me and my scooter up. But not saying that this hood would have changed anything in that direction. But when I have vehicles to come up behind me, even in the daytime, and they're blaring on their horn, well, I don't hear them because I'm hard of hearing. If that curb, that lighter part of the curb that they call the gutter, is available, I drive half in and half out of that. If there's no traffic coming, I will drive in the street because it makes me drive sideways. So, there you have it. I created something to make it easier for me to see everything around me. If I did not say before, welcome, welcome, welcome to Kitty's Creation. To create and relate to the baby boomer Kitty Lane from the Peninsula in Virginia. Okay. I'm sorry, excuse me. Now, for the materials that you need, I am using Big Twist. I think it's called Rose. It's called Medium Rose. To me, it's pink. And I didn't really have a purpose for the pink when I bought it, except that it looked pretty. And I have purple in here, and purple and pink go well together for me. You will also need, I am using a 6.0. The reason I'm using a 6.0 is because it gives me the flexibility that I need. This is going to be a tight fit. You're also going to need scissors. You are going to need a yarn needle. You will not have very many ends to fold in. And you're going to need, for the hood, 1 stitch marker. And that's only if you are attaching the hood to a cowl or a poncho. So first we're going to concentrate on the hood itself. That will open up so many possibilities to you. You can attach this hood to the infinity cowls. You can attach it to a scarf. You can attach it to the turtleneck cowls that I do. You can attach it to ponchos, shawls. The possibilities are endless that you can attach this to. And what you'll use the stitch marker for is to determine and mark the very middle of your piece. Okay? Now, because I have done the measurement, and I have a big head. So if you feel in the back of your head, there are 2 bumps down at the bottom of your head. Okay? You're going to measure the distance between those 2 bumps. And I usually have, forgive my surroundings, we've been cleaning this whole week. We are still cleaning, but we're at a point that we can say, for a minute. So at any rate, our other measuring, if we don't have it, you can use the yarn. Okay. So I'm looking at about 2.5 inches maybe. I'll cut it a tad longer, and I'll use that for my beginning. So let's go down to the table and begin. Like I said, forgive what you see in the background. All this over here was a mountain that was all about that high, that went all the way across. So a lot of that has been cleared. A lot of that has been cleared. But you see what we have. We have our candle to set our mood, and we have our table to crochet. I'm going to have to work on keeping this down here so we can see. Now what we're going to do is I will slip stitch, okay, And I always I want to say build my bottom chain. I don't chain and then go into it. You can do that. If you do that, you want to chain a little longer than your mark piece and then make your half double crochets. But I'm going to do the half double crochet foundation row. So I'm going to chain 2, yarn over, go into the back bump of that first chain, yarn over and pull through that alone. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through 1 only. That is creating that chain. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. That is your first half double crochet. So now you're going to yarn over and go under that chain. Make sure you go completely under the V alone. There should be 2 strands on your hook, 1 and 2. If you get 3, you've lifted too much. You want to go back and just get those top 2, that V that's made. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through just that. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1, making another chain, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then again, you're going to yarn over, go under that chain you just made. Make sure you pick up only 2. Yarn over and pull through just 1. And then you're going to yarn over, pull through 1 to make another chain. You're going to create a chain each time. Okay? So now we have 3 half double crochets. Yarn over, go through that chain and pull through that chain. Yarn over, pull through 1 to create your 4th chain. Yarn over and pull through all 3. There are 4 half double crochets. And you want to continue this until you get to the length of your string. Now this one you don't want to be bigger than the string. Only if you crochet, only if you chain your row and then add your first row of half double crochet do you want to make it a little longer. Usually the tension is a little tighter on the chain row itself. If that is the case and you choose to go the chain then half double crochet, go up 1 hook size for your chain row. This is going to be snug as it is, but you don't want it to be so snug that it gives you a headache. Okay? So yarn over, go under that chain, yarn over, pull through that chain, yarn over, create a chain, yarn over, and your half double crochet. We should have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're probably going to need at least 5 more. Picked up too many. There we go. Mm-hmm. 10, 11, we'll do 1 more to make it 12. I might have to do a few more, I'm not sure yet. So, When we lay this out against our string at the bottom, I can see from here to here that I'm like a couple of stitches short. So I'm going to add just 2 more half double crochet foundation onto my foundation. That's the other beauty in building your foundation row. If you had chained, you would have to rip out all your half double crochet and adjust your chain. This way, you're adjusting it all at one time. And from the frizz, okay, that is a tad, it's like a half stitch longer, which is great. That's fine. Okay, now we are not going to chain 1 and turn our work. We are simply going to turn our work, go into that yarn over first, go into that first stitch, pull through, and pull through all 3, and that's your first half double crochet. Okay? Now we did a total, if I believe, of 14 half double crochets. In the beginning and the last, you're going to make regular half double crochets. But in the, second through 13th, I am so sorry. If you look at the anatomy of the stitch, you have a V with the arrow to the right. And if you flip it up, you have a V with the arrow to the left. V with the arrow to the right. Flip it up, V with the arrow to the left. You're going to go under the V with the arrow to the right. So you're going to yarn over, go under both of those, making sure not to get that stitch in the front. You don't want that loop. So just those 2, pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now you have 2 half double crochet. Continue the one you just did under this front V, yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over the front V, yarn over, pull through. Yarn over under the front V, pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. Yarn over, go under the front V, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, go under the front V, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, that's about halfway. Now I'm going to continue this. I'm going to do it with you. And we're going to do this until we get to the last one. We're not going to do the last stitch like this. It's 11, 12, 13. Now for stitch 14, when you look at the anatomy of this stitch, here you still have an arrow to the right, and when you flip your work counter, you have your arrow to the left. That is the top of your stitch. You're going to make your regular half double crochet going under that arrow to the left, the one on top. Now okay, I'm sorry. I started to put my chain, but that's not what we're going to do. I'll weave in my tail as I go. So I just kind of keep it behind me. And I do my half double crochet and a regular double crochet at the beginning. Now here I drop my tail because I'm going to be working on this side of my work. Okay? Now you still see your arrow to the right. The loop that you did not go under in the previous row has created a ridge. Okay? So now you're going to yarn over, go under the ridge from the previous row. You're going to skip the bottom portion of this V and go under that top, the first part of the top V. There we go. So you're not going under this stitch. You're going under this one and this one for the same stitches that you did the front V on before. Pull through and half double crochet. Okay? This gives you a thermal half double crochet, or what I call a quilted half double crochet. And I said thermal. The thermal half double crochet is completely different. It's done from the back. I touched something today that did not agree with me, so I might, every now and then, I'm sorry. I'm allergic to everything. Okay, so that's 4. That's 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13, and here again, you're at the end, and if you slightly roll it back to you, you're going to see a long strand here. That's from not making that chain stitch at the end and turning. So if you flip your work kind of to you, you'll see that front V right there. It's on the other side of that long stitch. You just go under that V and make your regular half double crochet. Okay? And that's what that round should look like. When you flip it over, that's what you're going to have. If you look at it from the side, you see how it's raised. And when you feel it, it's going to feel really thick. So now you're going to turn your work and put your half double crochet in. And we're going to do the same thing that we just did for row 3. We're going to do the same thing until we finish this. Okay? So I'm going to do this one with you. It'll probably be a little faster. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, go over that stitch, pull through, there we go. I'm going to pull my tail over and work it in, and I'm going to pull through all three. Just remember, at the end of each row, do not chain. Just turn your work and create your first half double crochet. I'm going to work that tail in right in that first stitch. Okay, so that's what you're going to have. And I want you to do this for 7 more rows. That way we'll have 10 rows. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this for 7 more rows and come back and we'll measure to see if we have enough. Okay? Okay guys, I'm back. I've done 10 rows. It's really a small little swatch. But what you're going to be measuring is from right there, that little tip of your head, the occipital bone. You're going to measure all the way up to the crown of your head, which is right here at the top. This is not going to stretch that far, but you can give yourself a guideline once you do that first 10. And from there to there. So I'm looking at about twice as many as I have here. Typically, your little string that you cut, you're going to do this 2.5 times. For some it may be 2 1/4, for some it may be just 2. And what's going to happen is, even though you're measuring from the occipital, I love that word. My mother was a health teacher, okay? But even though you're measuring from the occipital, you're actually going to go, it's actually going to be fitting down at the base of your neck. And it's not going to be sitting up this, the top of this, it's not going to be sitting up here. It's going to be back. It's about the length of your neck. So, but this is the easiest way to measure from the occipital to the crown and the middle of the crown. You know, if you feel for that soft spot in your head, it's like right in there. Even as an adult, you still have it. It's where the cranial grows together and there's cartilage in there. So it is a soft spot. I'm not asking you to dig in your head. You know where the crown of your head is. It's like the very top of your head. So, excuse me, you build this to whatever this measurement is, typically 2.5 times. Okay? So if I have 10 rows here, and this equals my string, then I need to go this again and half. So I'm going to end up with 25 rows. Okay? So that's a quick way to do the measure without having to take your tape measure and measure each and every little piece. You know, it's just a quick rule of thumb that you can go by. So I am going to add my other 15 rows. If you ever want to know how to count your rows, your bottom here, your built foundation, is the first row. This row here that you see next is puckered out, that's actually your third row. So you would go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then this row, the top of this one, because there's not another bubble on top there. So that would be row 10. If you want to count it from the even side, simple. Okay, your hidden part is going to be behind this. So what you see here that hangs a little longer, so it's going to be like the indents here, like the little holes that you see. So it would be 2, 4, 6, 8, and this is that row that comes up next, which there's going to be a bubble over that one, so 10. So like I said, I'm going to do 15 more rows, and I will be back. And I'll show you how to, usually I taper off the ends and do it. We're going to do it straight this time, but I'll show you what to do when we get there. I'll be back shortly, okay? Okay guys, I have my 25 rows, and I have a ponytail in the back, so I got to kind of do mine at the side. And as you see, I am right here, from the occipital all the way up to the crown, right here at the top, somewhere I need to be. If you pull this down to the base of your neck, which is where it'll be right between those two spots where you were, which is where you want this to be. You want it to cover that back portion of your head. Now all I'm going to do from here, I'm going to show you one more round on this, or one more row on this, and that's going to be the end of this video. That'll be a lot, I think, to take in, because you might want to spend time getting this quilted half double crochet down. But I want to show you how to go along the sides. We did all half double crochets. We kind of laid them on top of each other, so you're only going to put one half double crochet into each side of that. We did 25 rounds up, so it should be 25 up the top, 14 across the top, and 25 on one side, 14 across the top, and 25 down the other side. That way you know how many stitches you have coming. Right here you are going to chain, but that is simply ending the back and forth. Okay, now we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll tell you an easy way to do this. Excuse me. When you go into number 2, you'll see that long strand that you had, that I told you don't worry about that strand. That will mark number 2. And then your even number of stitches will go just before that bar in each one. Okay? So then you're going to go right after that for number 3, and then right in front of that bar for number 4, after that for number 5, right in front of the next bar for number 6, open space 7, bar 8, open space 9, bar 10, open space 11, bar 12, open space 13, bar 14, open space 15, bar 16, open face 17, bar 18, open face 19, bar 20, open face 21, bar 22, open space 23, bar 24, and right over top of that bar for 25. Okay? And then you're going to go right in the tops of these stitches here for your 14. You're not going to double up or anything for it being a corner. That's not what we want. It's going to cup to look like a scoop. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Okay? And then you're going to 25 down the sides. This time, it's going to be the opposite. You have a little bar right here at the top. That's going to be your number 1. Open space is going to be number 2. And then right there at that bar is going to be number 3. So it's going to be the opposite going down. The bar was even coming up. It's odd going down. 3. 4, 5. I knew that. Right there. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I keep sliding all over to that one. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. 24 and 25. Okay? Now, it doesn't really look like it right now. This is going to form a little scoop. Okay? We're going to leave this right where it is for right now. My suggestion is to frog this and do it all over again. I'm not going to do that because it's probably about my 5th or 6th one. But when I first did it, I did the same thing. And it's only to get the concept of what you're doing. Even if you just frog it back to your foundation row and redo it. Because you want to understand the quilted half double crochet. And you want to understand where to put your stitches along the side. Okay? And I will be back with a part 2. I can tell you this much as well. If you fold this in half at the beginning, you should have, because your stitches were even, you should have a point between those V's right there. So either one of those is going to be your center stitch. We're actually going to mark the one to the right as our center stitch. Okay? So when we get ready to connect this to whatever work, generally we're going to be working in this direction. Okay? But if it so happens, because our stitching was different, at least we knew we started out to the right. If we have to flip it and go this way, we'll simply leave this right here, and instead of being our first stitch, it'll be our last stitch. That simple. Okay? So first, before we go any further, I would like to thank everybody who has viewed my channels and who has subscribed to my channels. You guys are absolutely awesome, and I'm so thankful for you. I really, 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 really do appreciate you. I hope that, I am so sorry. I hope that I can continue to do things to help. I hope that I have done something to help, and I hope I am doing something that is helping. I do ask when you come in, please hit those thumbs. My grandkids have their own little pages and they go back and they hit their grandma's thumbs. And I am so appreciative to them for that, as I am to you all. Again, my name is Kitty Lane. It is not Kitty. It is not Lane. It's like a street name, Kitty Lane. I am Southern, so sometimes my dialect is a little hard to be understood. But it's like what's the popular? I don't even know of a popular street, but it's like let's say Lovers Lane, Kitty Lane, Lovers Lane. It's Lane and Kitty, pronounced just like Kitty, only spelled different. As John Coffey would say, just like the drink, only spelled different. Mine is just like the animal, but it's spelled different. Okay. Also, I am going to be posting the rules to an auction that I'm going to be giving closer to the end of the week. We're still kind of deciding on the days, whether it's going to be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. And all the information is going to be listed under my post. I'm simply going to be telling you about it on my videos. I am also going to be sending out the quiz for the ASL very shortly. As I said in the first quiz, you're going to get 10 words. I'm only going to spell out 10 words. They may be words that we have gone over, they may not. This is simply helping you with your finger spelling skills. And it's going to be 10 of them. I want you to put your answers in the comments, if not there, under the post, or you can email them to me. If you're having any difficulty, in anything that I'm teaching, whether it be the tutorials or the ASL or simply life things that I pick up that I want to share with you all, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can ask me questions in the comments. You can also leave them in the post. You can leave me an email. If there's any situation that we need to talk one-on-one, I will gladly give you my number and we can communicate from there. Okay? If I do give you my number, when the phone is answered, please identify yourself. Before we go any further, except if it's somebody that I already communicate with, that's fine. I have you locked in my phone. I know who you are. My daughter and I have been victim to stalking, and we're very meticulous about who and how we talk to people. And I know you said, but your face is all over, because I'm not going to let them run my life. And if they reach out to me through YouTube, they still can't get to me. Plus, thank God I haven't heard anything for a while, because we had to get in contact with the big people. It's at some point, it goes beyond misdemeanor to felony to federal. So, there was a lot involved that we had to go through federal. I'm not changing my identity. We changed everything else that we had to change. I'm not going to stop living, because my grandfather told me when I was a little girl, because he was a mortician, there's no need to be afraid of these people. They've already done everything they could do. It's those living people that you need to be afraid of. As I grew older, I understood him to mean these are the people that you need to look out for, not necessarily fear them. I lived a lot of my adult life in fear, and therefore I was victim to a lot of sparring activity. So, I'm not fearless, but I'm very God-filled. And he has brought me through a lot, and I know that he will continue to take me through. And nobody knows my expiration date but him. So, I'm going to continue to live my life. And I'm going to continue to reach out and share the knowledge that I have and help the people that need help that I'm able to help. So, like I said, if you need me in any way, please do not hesitate to reach out. If I can't do it myself, I will try to track it down for you. Ivy B can attest to that for you. She was looking for a stitch, and I was in here on the internet pulling out every crochet book I had. I was doing everything I could to help her find that stitch. I don't know if she ever found it, but you know, when somebody sends you an email and say, "Thank you, I appreciate your help," it kind of means, okay, slow down. But I be on the job, y'all. I'm the one that has your back. I'm here for you. Okay? So, yeah, if you need me in any capacity that I'm able to help, I will. And I will put my best foot forward for you. Because, like I said, with this hooded, trying to see if I can reach it so I can show it to you. This is the one that we've done on the live. So this is what this is going to turn out to look like. That's the hood. This is the cowl. And this is the start of the poncho. And I'm working on the poncho so that when I come back Tuesday, I can give everybody who's been following me on the live tutorial what they need. Is this what we're going to make? Right now, we're going to make the hood. So that's what we're going to look for right now. We're just doing the tutorial for the hood right now. And once we get past the hood, then we'll go forth and see where we need to go next. Okay? But you guys take care. Like I said, please comment. Please leave me comments. Please share my material. Please hit those thumbs. Encourage others to come check out my material. So hopefully they will subscribe as well. And when you watch our videos, because I need watch hours, I do. I need views and I need watch hours. So like when you go to bed at night or when you're doing your chores during the day, click on one of my playlists and just let it play through. Just let it play. You know, don't turn the volume completely down because if it's on mute, it's not going to pick it up. So put it on like level 1 and just let it play real lightly in the background. It can be on the TV in the other room or something. And just let them play. I do that every now. No, I don't do it every night. I do it every night. I'll pick a content provider who doesn't have a lot of subscribers, and I will just let their content play. I do. You know, when I have a real problem sleeping, I go to my thunderstorms, my blackout screen thunderstorms, and sleep like a baby. But most of the time I am looking at somebody's content. But as I said, that is it for this video. Please, guys, know that I love you, and know that, as always, please, please, please exercise self-love. And remember to be bold, be brave, be of love, and behave. If nobody else told you, kid, it did. So until we see each other again on these YouTube streets, peace out, everybody.